everyone, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Hiveswap Friendsim. Last time we met Malik, a cerulean blood troll who is a hacker, and also he thought we were a robot, and we played along for a little bit. Then the good route we admitted that we weren't a robot, and then he took us down to like a sewer basically where he sort of hangs out to chill out and stuff. And we had a little heart-to-heart about how he's another troll that is really anxious about going into space. And he knows that things are rough on Alternia. He's not getting personally involved, but he is at least aware of the issue. Also, he was very, very attractive, and he's my new boyfriend, so I'm getting quite a harem here. I love all of them. Well, I love a lot of them. There are some trolls that are okay, and there's one troll I don't like, and one point to you if you know who it is. It's pretty obvious. Anyway, if I remember right, our new friend this time is that Jade Blood who looked very murderous, which is going to be fun. Yeah, how am I gonna pronounce this? Lynera? Lynera Skalbi? Yeah, she is definitely a rainbow drinker. No denying that. I mean, look at those teeth. At least I'm pretty sure she is. Alright. You've had such good luck making friends lately that you feel almost popular. But at the same time, you feel a strange sense of loneliness that new friendship doesn't seem to penetrate. Maybe being the only one of your species light years away from home is starting to catch up with you. Or maybe you're starting to understand why popular kids in movies sometimes seem so sad. Also, I'm trying to read a little bit slower. I know that last time I sort of like stumbled over myself all the time because I was reading too fast. That's a problem I have. I'm trying to work on it. That's part of the reason I'm Let's Playing visual novels. To get my speaking skills better, I say as I stutter throughout the entire sentence. Sorry. Anyway, let's continue. A number of trolls now like you, but do any of them truly know you? Well, you wouldn't give to hang out with someone who you have real history with. Someone with whom you don't have to do the introductory dance of, yes, I'm clearly an alien, and no, I don't know what's going on. Someone with whom you could reminisce about old times. Someone you've hung out with more than once. Right now you're on the outskirts of town, and the rocky outcrops surrounding you are familiar. You're pretty sure that the entrance to the brooding caverns is around here somewhere. Your heart beats a little faster. Branya lives close to here, and talk about history. You two know each other deeply from hanging out once and then seeing her again in her ex-mate Sprit's hive. Oh, I think something changed over here, maybe? I don't know. I might just be hallucinating. Plus, you have a phone now. You have the power to text first. You get out the phone Conil gave you. Look at you go, reading an alien language and operating alien technology just fine. Does it make sense that you've learned how to read a new alphabet in weeks without anyone teaching you? I mean, it's possible. Not really, but maybe your struggles with Spanish class in high school were just a fluke, and you've been a secret linguistic genius this whole time. Branya texts you back immediately, giving you directions for how to meet her in the caves. You head down, but before the Jade Blood Hive is in sight, a troll emerges from the shadows. Is this our new friend? At first you think it's Branya, but you freeze mid-wave when this new troll steps into the light. Branya doesn't wear glasses, and she has never glared at you like that. Okay, so she's got like a scale from happy to murderous, basically, is what I'm seeing here. It's you! I remember you. You were down here a few weeks ago, bothering Branya and distracting her when we almost had a Lucis stampede. Ouch. Is that really how Branya has described your adventures together? Maybe it's silly for something that small to hurt your feelings when another recent friend nearly got you killed in Clown Church, but you like to think you and Branya formed a real connection. She never made you feel like you were bothering her. A real connection? Is that why you think you can just come down here and text her? Holy shit. Is Lynera reading Branya's messages? Does Branya know she's been doing that? That's none of your business. Do you have a crush on Branya? Are you jealous? Branya and I are best friends. I'm just looking out for her. She has a lot of Jade Blood responsibilities, and doesn't need anyone shifty coming in to disrupt her. You have to wonder if Branya would agree with this statement made on her behalf, and you sure would like to see her in person and confirm for yourself. Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you? Why don't you tell me, what is the nature of your relationship? Why should I allow you to hang out with her? She's getting more knifey. As your text message so boldly suggested, bluffing has saved your ass in some bleak situations before, but you could also go on the offensive here. You're concerned about Branya's privacy now, and as her friend, maybe you shouldn't just look the other way. What right does Lynera have to creep on Bronya's phone? I'm going to defend the friend I already have. You puff up with all the self-righteousness you can muster. The nature of your relationship with Bronya is between you and Bronya, and you're not doing anything suspicious by wanting to see your friend. In fact, it seems a lot more suspicious that Lynera is trying to intercept anyone who messages Bronya. What possible reason could she have to justify that? Well, I never. As I said before, I am Bronya's best friend. I take our relationship, my responsibilities as a friend, very seriously. You press the issue, narrowing your eyes and crossing your arms over your chest. Her responsibilities as a friend, huh? Sounds kind of fishy. Fishy? Are you serious right now? Are you really coming down here making fish puns like some kind of sea dweller? That's so suspicious. Who knows what Barney decided to show you when you tricked her into trusting you? Not that we have anything to hide, but who knows? If you're at all associated with sea dwellers, then we have a pretty big problem on our hands, don't we? You've heard of sea dwellers by now, but none of your friends have talked about them much. Mostly you've gathered that they dwell in the sea. You don't know why it would be extra bad for you to be one of them, but it's clearly you need to backpedal. Before you can try to disown your choice of fish-related phrasing, Lynera advances on you. Obviously, I can't let you talk to Bronya now. You are way too suspicious. I think you and I should have a private conversation instead. At least your life is uneventful when you're unconscious. Was this not the bad ending? Wow. Also, there's troll skulls and a very, very bloody giant iron club. And, a concerning amount of sketches of Bronya. Like, you have a major crush, friend. A major, major crush on Bronya. Are you a yandere? Is that what's going on here? Is that a troll Iron Maiden? It's like seeping jade blood. That's concerning. When you come to, you're sitting on a chair with your wrists tied. As your eyes adjust to the darkness, you realize that you're in a smaller cave than the big open caverns that led to the jade blood hive. A light switches on and you can see that the cave walls are lined with bookshelves, and there's a desk in the corner. There are books and notebooks, and bulletin boards with what looks like outlines and study guides pinned to them. And in front of you is Lynera, holding a knife. Oh good, you're awake. This is my study cave. In the Jade Blood Hive, it's harder to concentrate because people break the rules and I get irritated. So I come here to do homework. That's all, just homework. When you take a second look at the bulletin board, you see that a lot of what Lynera has pinned up are pictures of Bronya. There are a few pictures of Lynera and Bronya together, but it's mostly just Bronya by herself, and even a couple blurry photos of Bronya and Elward. What are you looking at? There's nothing to see here. She brandishes the knife in your face, and okay, yeah, sure, now she and her gigantic knife have your full attention, and you are not looking at creepy Bronya shine anymore. I brought you here because your messages to Bronya were highly suspicious. I don't know you, and I don't trust you. You could be trying to see Bronya for nefarious purposes. So I brought you here, to vet you. Now we can talk about what your real intentions are. So, you're definitely going to die in this cave, held captive by an unhinged Jade Blood who is convinced of your guilt from the moment you dared to text her best friend. That kind of sucks. You tried so hard and you got so far, but in the end it didn't even matter. Really? Linkin Park references? Is that what we're doing now? Oh, come on. Stop playing the victim. If anyone is the victim here, it's me. I tried so hard to be there for Bronya as her best friend, but she doesn't even... Lynera stops abruptly. You see her lower lip start to tremble before she turns her face away from you. The sharp tip of her knife pointed at your throat droops a bit. Its dejected swing takes dangerously close to your navel, and you try to subtly lean backwards in your chair. Lynera interprets the noise of distress that escapes your mouth as a noise of sympathy. It's fine, though. Really, it's fine. Our friendship is great. I wouldn't change anything about it. It's fine as long as she doesn't have any other friends. Because I'm her best friend. I should be the only one she needs. Lynera's knife is now completely lowered, pointing at the floor. That gives you some hope. She seems to have forgotten about her Sea Dweller suspicions. Maybe if you can keep her talking about Bronya, the whole stabbing notion could be taken off the table, and she might even let you go. You rack your brain for all the knowledge of Alternian relationship dynamics that you've managed to compile during your time on this planet. Best friends, they have a special word for that, right? Moirails? You tell Lynera that you're sure Bronya doesn't need anyone else. If she and Bronya are Moirails, then Lynera must be very special to her. They aren't, are they? What? I never said we were Moirails. That's not even the quadrant that I want her in. Oh! You're fleshed for her. I knew it. I mean, never mind that. How dare you make assumptions? Hello, knife point again. Oh shit. All you meant to say was that you thought her relationship with Bronya was probably fine. You figured they must be in a quadrant together because you're a clueless alien. You're bad. I get why you would think that. It's probably so obvious that my feelings for her are very red. Lynera hangs her head, and her shoulders shake. Tears roll down her cheeks, dripping onto her crisp shirt collar and the knot of her jade green tie. I know I don't have a chance. She doesn't think of me that way. I'm her loyal friend and second in command. That's all I will ever be to her, no matter what. And I try to do a really good job at being her best friend. Because what else can I do? If I'm her best friend, then at least I'm still in her life. At least I mean something to her. Maybe it's the fact that Lynera's knife hasn't come close to any of your major arteries for a hot minute, or maybe it's the tears. Either way, you feel sympathy encroaching on the monopoly that abject terror had previously maintained in your brain's economy. You've acted as a verbal sounding board or a sympathetic ear for some of your other troll friends while they dealt with crises of various kinds. Slipping into the role of therapist for someone who's holding you hostage at knife point is a new one for you, but unfortunately it's not that much of a stretch. It seems like young trolls in Alternia have to deal with these heavy life issues by themselves, feeling so alone that they're willing to turn to an alien stranger to help them work things out. Then again, maybe life is that grim and isolating for human teenagers too, and you just never noticed before. Kind of. Maybe everyone's too mired in their own shit to look up and realize that the movie's fecal matter is waist high for everyone around them too. You clear your throat and speak with as much consoling gentleness as you can muster while your head still throbs from where Lynera knocked you out. It seems like trying to be Bronya's best friend isn't making Lynera very happy. Of course it isn't making me happy. I can't keep her from having other friends no matter how hard I try. And she's amazing, so of course everyone wants to be her friend. Including you, apparently. You barely even had a chance to miss that knife before it's waving around again. Yikes. Your friendship as Bronya is nothing like her relationship with Lynera. You don't count as any kind of competition. Bronya is one of many friends to you, and while you cherish her and support her endeavors, you appreciate the joy and fulfillment that can come from having many different friends instead of depending on a single person to meet all your emotional needs. Sounds fake. Why would I ever want any friends besides Bronya? She is my whole world. Okay, but it seems like it's painful for Lynera to be relying on Bronya to be her whole world when Bronya isn't doing the same in return. Has Lynera ever talked to Bronya about any of this? No. Never. I'm terrified to tell her how I feel. Being her best friend feels awful. But losing her would be so much worse. I can't take that risk. But if Lynera never talks to Bronya about her feelings, she'll always be unhappy because she wants more. Even if she thinks that it's unlikely that Bronya feels the same way, maybe open communication with her friend could help Lynera process her feelings and move on. You know that Lynera has a big heart, a blood pusher, and many fine qualities, and she doesn't deserve to be stuck in this unhappy, unrequited relationship purgatory forever. Wow. You really think I have fine qualities? You try very hard not to think about the glint of that knife. Sure, Lynera has positive qualities. She seems loyal and well-organized and studious and caring. Some troll out there is going to want the same kind of closeness from her that Lynera is looking for, and she owes it to herself to take actions that could lead to happiness instead of being stuck in a sad situation forever. I don't know. Maybe you're right, or maybe you're wrong. But I don't want to move on. Even if I know I should. I just want to be with Bronya forever. Lynera crumbles to the ground, dropping the knife and sobbing into her hands. It's hard to watch someone in this much distress and not want to help them. But on the other hand, her misery has distracted her, and this might be your only chance to try and escape. Attempt comfort. You remember what you did for Polypo when she was upset. Sitting in a chair with both hands tied behind you doesn't make for ideal shoosh-papping conditions, but maybe you can approximate the gesture. Please don't rub your foot on her face. That would be really weird. Lynera is huddled, crying on the floor, and you think you could maybe get close enough to lean your knee against her back or something? Hopefully that would be interpreted in the same way as the classic palm-to-cheek move. You inch your chair close to her, but you lose your balance and wobble and then topple forward. Lynera's discarded knife is— oh no. Lynera's discarded knife is right there, sharp edge ready to plunge into your soft incoming body, but then Lynera moves quickly and grabs your chair and saves your life. Oh, thank you. Oh shit, that was a close one. You really could have died. She stares at the knife with huge round eyes, clearly shaken up by your near-death experience just now. Considering how often you nearly die these days, you feel more blasé about it, but you're glad it's having an impact on her if it makes her rethink the whole kidnap and stab thing. I'm so sorry. I don't want you to actually die. I saw what you were doing with that chair when you fell. You were trying for the traditional seated front hinge shoosh pat because I was upset. It was very kind of you to try and console me. I never really thought you were a sea dweller, you know. Maybe what I'm doing is wrong. Oh, there's no knives. Lynera sets her jaw with conviction, and with one slash cuts you free of your bonds. You get to your feet, stumbling a bit because your leg fell asleep. You can't believe you're getting out of this situation without any blood loss. Don't speak so soon, friend. You feel positively elated about this turn of events, but Lynera still looks sad. You're free to go. You must think the worst of me after all this. Well, you're not gonna lie, this wasn't the best start to a friendship you've ever had, but horrifyingly enough, it also wasn't the worst. You feel for Lynera, and you want to show her how a real friend-making aficionado gets out there and meets people. You think making new friends could help her feel less clingy about Branya. Oh, you would really do that for me? I'm not so sure about new friends, but you do seem to know what you're talking about. You don't know where to go with Lynera to teach her how to make new friends. She's probably a bit too uptight to enjoy the music clubs you've been to, and you don't think that trolls studying in the book hive would take kindly to a lot of loud, friendly conversation. Oh, we go to the cafe, the, possibly lesbian cafe, where Elward took us. You decide to go to the cafe that Elward introduced you to. Thankfully, they're not having an excessive bodily force poetry night, since you're not sure that would be Lynera's scene. There are a number of ceruleans here, but you also spot a few indigos and teals and a cluster of defiant-looking olive bloods with some yellows, all sang together. The crowd is overall less pierced and undercutted than it was when you were here with Elward, and the vibe is laid back, with all the trolls just sitting around and quietly chatting. You order the drinks, already taking for granted your newly acquired skill in reading troll language. Lynera is fidgeting when you sit down with her. This may come as a shock to you, but I don't get out of the caverns very much. I don't have time. There's so much to learn about jade blood life and troll reproduction, and Branya needs my help to maintain order. It's not very often that I have to, interact with trolls of other blood colors. You're not sure what's making her uncomfortable. The trolls around here that are lower than her on the hemo spectrum, or those that are higher. You've worked out by now that jades are right in the middle, so maybe Lynera identifies with neither the haves nor the have-nots. From what you remember, neutrality is a big concept with jades. You assure Lynera that it's natural to feel a little nervous. Most people feel like they're stepping out of their comfort zone when they make a new friend. If there's one thing you've learned as Alternia's resident friend-making expert, it's that terror and embarrassment are par for the course, but it's worth it in the end. I'm not nervous, or embarrassed. It's just, I don't know. Everyone seems disorganized and suspicious and untrustworthy and unknown. You have to bite your lip to keep from laughing. It's not even funny, it's just that Lynera is hissing all her words and leaning in towards you and glaring at the rest of the room, and the whole effect is weirdly endearing. Like someone put a 1950s school uniform on a feral cat. That's a cute image. Before you can try to reassure her, a new troll ambles up to your table. She looks friendly. That's a friendly amble. She's wearing glasses and carrying a book bag and has a teal symbol on her chest. So she might be a nerd like Lynera. This could be a good new friend match. New friend? Like new friend? Is that the pun we're going for here? Hi guys. I think I've seen you around before. Do you also study at the book hive? You open your mouth to invite this new friend to sit down, but before you can respond, Lynera interjects. That's not any of your business, is it? Why do you even want to know? Obviously, anyone who goes to the book hive to study goes there for peace and quiet. So why would you think you can bother us just because you recognize us from there? Okay, geez. My bad, never mind. See you around never. And just like that, a golden opportunity for friendship has gone up in a puff of smoke. What was Lynera thinking being so rude? Doesn't she want to learn how to make friends? I changed my mind, okay? There's no way I could be friends with any of the people here. I don't know them, not like I know you. You're surprised to hear that Lynera feels so positive about you when she was ready to stab you an hour ago. She takes your hand in both of her hands, squeezing your fingers tight. I know we didn't get off to a great start, and that's my fault, but I can make it up to you. We're friends now, and we'll be friends forever. And I will cull anyone who ever even thinks about trying to fuck with you. This is not quite the lesson you would hope to teach her about making friends, but maybe with her fierce loyalty and possessive streak spread out between you and Branya, Lynera can be a little more low-key about being a friend to you both. The determined look in her eyes and the ominous glint of her glasses doesn't scream low-key, but change doesn't always happen overnight, and you believe in second chances. You believe that Lynera will be capable of healthy friendship someday. The most nervous friendship ever. That's wonderful. I like Lynera, she's fun. Okay, let's try to escape this time. You look around to see if there's anything within reach that you could use to free your bound hands. On the desk a few feet away, you spot a spiral-bound notebook with a nasty-looking edge on its binding. You scoot your chair over, doing your best not to make any noise, but Lynera is too busy wailing to notice regardless. You get a hold of the notebook and saw through the rope on your wrists. It was so hard to watch her and Elward together. Elward doesn't deserve her. She was so mean. I know she's a cerulean, but I swear if she shows her face in the caverns again, I will go straight for her primary spurt artery. It's a good reminder that Lynera is dangerous. You saw faster, and success! Your hands are now untied. Lynera's back is turned to you while she gets up from the floor, and you take a quick look at the notebook in your hands. It seems to be a carefully annotated and organized scrapbook/diary chronicling Lynera's friendship with Branya. On the one hand, it's a bit creepy in the context of how you're still held hostage by the person who made this, but on the other hand, it does pull at your heartstrings. But you keep a firm grip on those heartstrings because you've still got to get out of here. When Lynera turns back to face you, you leap from your chair, brandishing the scrapbook in front of you like a shield. If she comes any closer with that knife, you can destroy the scrapbook in an instant with your acidic spit. That's right, your alien anatomy has destructive powers that can vaporize Lynera's precious Branya memories in seconds. No, you can't! What are you doing? How dare you touch that book? For a terrifying second, you think she might lunge at you, but then Lynera steps to the side, giving you a straight shot to the cave exit. As you scuttle your way towards freedom, you remember your phone. Lynera took it from you when she knocked you out, and you don't know how you could possibly get another one. No way! I'm not giving you anything you might use to contact Branya. I won't have you messaging her behind my back and trying to replace me as her best friend. It seems like nothing you said when you were tied up had any impact on her at all. Maybe forcing people at knife point to be your therapist doesn't result in quality therapy. You still feel bad for her, but it's time to break out the big guns. If Lynera doesn't return your phone, you'll find another way to reach Branya and you'll tell her everything. Not only the lowdown on Lynera's stalking and kidnapping tendencies, but also the truth about how Lynera feels about her. Lynera gapes at you. Her eyes fill with tears again, but she hands over your phone. I can't believe how cold you are. I thought that maybe we were bonding. That maybe I could start to trust someone other than Branya. But you didn't mean a single word of all those things you said. Lynera's face twists and contorts between rage and grief. When you make the phone/scrapbook trade, she drops the knife in her other hand and clutches the scrapbook to her chest like it's one of the wigglers in the Jade Blood nursery. You don't feel guilty for doing what you had to do to escape unharmed, but you can't help but wish that you had been able to actually help her. It's clear to me now. Branya's the only friend I will ever have. That's not a flattering picture, Lynera. Sorry. Alright, short bad ending. Here we come. Make wild claims about your friendship with Branya to save yourself. You and Branya go way back. If Lynera is unfamiliar with your history, it might be because your friendship with Branya predates hers. And actually, part of why you texted her today was because your close friendship has recently been getting a little red, you could say. Branya needed somebody to step in and fill the hole in her blood pressure left by Elward, after all. Considering the changing nature of your relationship, Branya's been even more protective of you than usual lately. That's a good picture on you. Lynera doesn't seem impressed by your astute cultural knowledge, nor does she look intimidated. Her glasses reflect opaque in the murky cavern light as she takes a step closer. Her claws, you've just noticed, are very sharp. Branya is very protective of those she pities. You've got that much right. If you're telling the truth. And I don't know that you are. Maybe she would want to protect you, if she knew that you were here. Oh fuck, you fucked up. If Lynera intercepted Branya's phone, then Branya has no idea you reached out, and you can be disposed of with none the wiser. Oh no. Look what you made me do. You had no idea someone in a skirt that long could move so fast. Yeah, we're dead. Alrighty. And, yeah, we're right here. You belong with me. Okay, I was just about to say that Look What You Made Me Do made me think Taylor Swift reference, and now you belong with me, so... You got kidnapped, but shook it off. Alright, so, Lynera. I like her design. She could be a little less possessive of her friends. She needs to work on that, definitely. Also, a little, less, she needs to wave her knife around less, definitely. But other than that, she seems... I like her, kind of. I mean, she has some issues she needs to work on, but when she mellows out a bit, she'll be cool. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!